In this video, we'll try to understand the control structures that are used in a Java. So what are the different type of control structures that are used in Java? We have a conditional statements. If you want to evaluate certain expressions, then we can go for the conditional statement. So depending upon the condition, some statement will be executed. If the condition is false, some other statement will be executed. So we have if else and also switch case also there, iteration statements, where while, do while and for, jump statements in between. If you want to come out of that loop, so you can go for a break, or else you want to skip some things and try to execute again, come back to the loop, you can go for a continue. So iterative statements are basically used to repeat the certain statements, and jump statements are used to jump out of the loop. If you want to jump out of the loop, you can go for a break or continue. Conditional statements, we have if else and switch. So let me go for Eclipse and try to evaluate these things. Okay, so we have two different variables. Int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. So if a is greater than b, suppose say I say a is greater than b, so I say a is greater than b. Okay. A is greater than b. A is greater. Just say a is greater, or else condition which will be executed. If this condition is false, I can say b is greater. Okay. So let me run this. Now the answer is b is greater here. So a is 10 is greater than 20. The answer is false. So b is greater. So this is the if else clause. Suppose say if a and b are both are equal, then we can go for one more statement. Okay, so you can say else if a is equal to b. Okay, so one more condition, if both are equal, then I can go for else if here a is equal to b. More than one condition are there. A is equal to b. So b is greater. So it is displaying b is greater. Suppose you say, make a is 10 and b is 10 both. Now I can get the second one will be executed. Okay, a is greater than a is equal to b. Second one will be the executed. So this is what the if else statements. Suppose you want to repeat some statements again and again, so we can go for while loop. Okay, while loop, while a is greater than say 11, you can say print system.println and say hello. So the hello is going to be displayed for 10 times. So a is becoming 11. You can say a is always less than 11. Okay, so 11 cannot be greater than 11. 11 cannot be less than 11. 10 is less than 11. Yes, its condition is true. So 10 times to be executed. From 11 times, this is going to come out. Okay, so for one is less than 11, yes, hello is printed. For 2 is less than 11, hello is printed. 3 is less than 11, hello is printed. 5 is also less than 10, hello is printed. Like this, when it comes to like 11, it is going to come out of the loop here, because for 11 the condition becomes false. So let me run this out. How many times it's going to be displayed? It's 10 times. Okay. Now there is no incrementation. Because of this, it is going for infinite loop. Suppose say I have to increment this. Okay, so that's one thing. It can go on incrementing, or else it is going for infinite loop. So only one time it is executed. So because 10 becomes 11. So here I should make it as 1. That can be better. Okay, it is going to increment up till 11, and then it is going to come out. So run this. Okay, 10 it is 11 times it is 10 times it is executed. So this is how you can go on doing these things. Okay, so this is about while loop that I'm going to discuss. Now next I'll come for the do while loop. Okay, do while loop is similar to the while loop, but here the incrementation is going to happen. Then the condition is going to be validated. So a is greater than 10. Okay, so let me run this. So it should be 11. Same thing, but the condition is going to be like over here at the bottom. Okay, so the only one time it is executed, because since it is condition is greater here, so it is less, 1 is less than 11, 10 is less than 11, like this. When it becomes 11, it is going to come out of this loop here. So 10 times it is going to be executed. So this is a do while loop. Even if this condition is false, one time the execution will happen in the do while loop. So coming to the third one, this is for loop. Okay, in case of for loop, for a is equal to 1, a is less than or equal to 10, and a plus plus. Okay, so I can just say like the assignment can happen here itself only. Okay, so I can say system dot out dot println the value of a. I can say hello. So here also 1, when it becomes 10, is going to come out of this loop, and incrementation will happen. First the assignment, then the condition is going to be evaluated. Third thing will be like here it is going to hello. The fourth is again going to be incrementation, and again comparison, and again is going to check for again is going to evaluate. So when it becomes 11, 11 cannot be less than 10, so it is going to come out of this loop here. So this is how the 10 times the hello is going to be displayed, and for 11 times it is going to come out of this loop. So let me run this and see like hello is going to be displayed. So this is the for loop here. Okay, and the break statement. We have a break statement if a is equal to 5, or can say a is equal to 2. I will say a equal to 2, and I say break. So you want to come out of the loop. If suppose say some of the condition is this thing, I will say break. Run this. So only 2 times the hello is going to be displayed. Because a is equal to 1, hello is going to be displayed. For 2, there is a break here. Okay. So for this 2, this is evaluated, and for 3, it is not going to evaluate, because only 2 times the execution will happen. And if I say a is not equal to 2, or it is going to come out of this for first time only, it is going to come out of that. Suppose say if I say continue, what is the use of continue? Skip the certain part of the loop. Suppose say I want to say continue. So only 9 times it is going to be executed, for because we are going to skip the remaining part of the loop. For continuous statements, the remaining part of the loop will be skipped here. So system.out.println hello. So it is going not, it is not be evaluated, because we have a continuous statement. So when continuous statement is encountered, it is going to come out of the, it is going to again go for this expression. So when this is a continue, again it is going to go for this particular incrementation without executing the remaining part of the loop. The remaining part of the loop will be skipped, and the control comes back to the loop here. So here the incrementation will happen. So let me run this. So only 9 times it is execution. Suppose you want to see, like, you can also display the value of the a here. So we can say like for 2 it is not going to work, because we have a continue here. It is going to skip the remaining part of the loop, and the remaining things it is going to execute. So this is regarding the continue and these things. So we have one more statement. So where switch statement. We have a switch statement, and suppose say if I say switch a, suppose say if I say even number, or I want to display whether it is even number or odd. So I have some cases here. So case A, case 1, suppose say if I say case 1, so I can say like I want to display whether the number is even or odd. Okay. We have a break statement over here, and we have one more case 2, system.out.println, so it is odd. This is a break. Okay. Suppose say switch A. Suppose say I will take I will divide the A by 2. Okay. Now I will check whether this number is even or odd. I can make this A has somewhere around 13 and see what will be the what. So switch, what does the switch statement is going to do? It is going to take the variable here A. So variable A, what it is holding now, it is having some remainder. When we divide the number by 2, what is the remainder that will be stored in A? Switch A. So A is going to be the 13 mod 2, that will be like 13 mod 2 will be 1, and the answer will be like even here, because I should say this as 0 or 1, that can be better here. Okay. 0 or 1, suppose say now the correct answer will be displayed. So now it is odd. So suppose say if I say like 10, now the answer will be the 0 here, because A divided by 2. So switch is also similar to the if else, but we have some different type of syntax here. So switch A, it will take variable instead of condition. Some variable it is going to take, and we have different cases. Case 0 is going to validate to even, and it is going to break out. Case 1, it is going to display odd, it is going to break out. So like this we can have some even or odd conditions. Okay. So this is regarding the switch statements, and we have a different type of control statement that we have discussed in Java. And the next this thing we will try to discuss further things